Hello everyone. Today we will learn to display items in a list using SwiftUI, in which we will start with the displaying list of numbers or a range and then displaying a custom object. So you would be familiar with how would you display some sort of list data from API, and also the trick to use indices to display custom objects with index. So let's begin. Let's create a new project. From iOS app. Next, I will just save it as list. Next, and just save it here. We're just gonna replace that. So here is the our content view, and this is our device in which we will be running. So let's start with writing a list. List have many initializers. We will use one that takes a range and ID. So range in Swift is interval between numbers. So let's write a list. So list, I will just give it a range of 1 to 20, and ID ID would be self, and index in, we will return a text for that. So as you can see, the list is ready and we are showing the numbers as it is integer. So 1 to 20 index, that is iterative, and giving a text. As you can see, here is a list of range. It's run it over here in the canvas to check the behavior, and as you can see, the scrolling experience and the behavior is exactly same as a scroll view as we experience in a table view. Oh, so great. Now we are familiar with the list, so let's use list to show a custom object. So let's create a structure. Say we want to show a list of friends. So let's declare over here for now struct friends or friend, and friend will have a property of name that would be of type string. So here is our structure custom object, as we say. So let's create a list of friends inside our content view. That what we will use it. So let friends is equal to say friend name Robert, friend name Taylor, name John. So let's change our list to display the list of friends. So I'm just going to erase it, list, and I will just passed friends, and ID will be, let's say we have here is name. So for this list the name is unique, as you can see, and the context will be friend in. We will just retain the text of friend dot name. So we will showing the name. So let's just resume it. So here it is, the list of a custom objects. But remember, list needs some ID, okay, as we have done over here. But ID should be something hashable to identify it uniquely. So as we are using name property, as its type is string, and string is by default hashable. But remember, multiple person can have same name and they can be your friend, so it would not behave as intended, and we don't want that, right? So there is a better way to do it. So let's make our friend structure conform to identifiable. So identifiable, what it does, so it gives anything that conform to this protocol, it gives a ID, and the ID is obviously hashable. So anything hashable can be, we can pass it as a ID. So as we have declared that friend as identifiable, so it requires us to declare ID. See, as you can see, the friend, so ID is a mandatory object. So I will just give it as a type UUID, and ID will not change, so I will just declare this as a let constant. So we can make the change in our list as, instead of passing the name, we'll just pass the ID and it will be the same as it is. It will work as you can see, but if any by chance any of the element repeats itself, then it will not appear over here. So now this is looking legit, but what if we need to use the index for some condition? How can we get index inside list? For that we have to make sure to make some changes. So we have a property in array called indices, which returns range, so we will use that. So instead of passing the whole array, we will just pass the range of that array, and we will use that the object inside the array. So let's make the changes. For example, I will not send the friends array, I will just give the indices. See, range of integer, right? So friends integer, and I will say that it will be self because it's an index. So the ID is now an index, and friend is index in. We'll just create friend from our index. So friends index, and we will just return a friend.name. So let's see if it works. Yes, it is working as usual. We can also show the index over here now. Let's say index, sorry, I bet. Yeah, see, so we have 0 1 2. So let's say Robert is my number one friend, Taylor is my number second, so it's kind of it's starting from 0. So we can add some templating over here, index plus 1, and save it. Yeah, so 1 2 3. Yeah, that looks nice actually. So here it is. We made a list using range and custom object or struct. I hope this video was helpful. If you have any doubts, suggestions, idea, please comment down below. See you in the next video. Adios.